right? It's research been known that these things do nothing but spit out radiation at a high level, killing your children, killing your brain cells, right? You must call Ward Cooper and tell him to take these damn death towers out of your community, right? Ask yourself, any wise man, why would they have 2 cell towers, right, within 200 yards of each other, right? Let's see what they say about these death towers.
Experiment. Wi-Fi off, the plants just grow normally. And after 72 hours, we see a robust acceleration.
That's right, nothing grows with these death towers in your community. This is nothing but radiation being spewed in the so-called black community. Go to any other Food Line shopping center in North Raleigh, and I guarantee they ain't got no 2 death towers, right, that's spewing radiation, giving you cancer, throwing your hormones all over the place, right? You don't know why you're angry when you come in here to this damn Food Line, right? But the white man, he don't set you up. He got these death towers in your communities, right? We've done research on this. We just not saying these things, right? These things cause cancer. What's going to happen when they initiate that 5G, along with that corona vaccination that's full of poison, right? Listen to what they saying about these death towers, right? Ask yourself why they got 2 cell towers within a 200-mile radius. I mean, a 200-yard radius.
Here with the Wi-Fi on, there's nothing. There's no life. It's part of the eugenics program, ladies and gentlemen. And we're getting readings from inside the 5G core network. And it's worse than living in a microwave. Here, this microwave was on at 15 million.
They said walking between these 2 5G towers are worse than living inside a microwave, right? You got to call your governor and your mayor and tell them you got to take these towers out of your community, right? You better take heed to this word, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you God chosen. These devils trying to kill y'all.
Watts per meter squared. And in Lake Tahoe, they just set up the 5G core network. This guy brings in his tri-field meter and just watch it go off the scales. I mean, it's worse than the microwave oven, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they're going to be subjecting everybody to, so that you can download a movie in 1 second. It's not worth it, ladies and gentlemen, and the studies are clear. And here's another.
The studies are clear. These death towers cause nothing but cancer, right? So you better call your constituents and let them know to take these death towers out of your community.
Their big insider, a former president for Microsoft, telling you about the NTP report.
The National Institute of Health's National Toxicology Program released the findings of a 14-year, $25 million study that showed clear evidence of harm in terms of cancer and permanent DNA damage.
There you go, ladies.
They said these death towers cause permanent damage to your brain cells, and radiation is spewing as we speak.
Oh, praise the King.
So we waking up in these last days, right? Out the war on our people, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You got to come out of America, because America they set you up like this. Now go to the white side of town and see that they got 2 damn death towers 200 yards apart from each other. These things are doing nothing but spewing out radiation, electromagnetic poison, and it's killing your brain cells, right? Once you initiate that 5G, you're gonna wonder why your head hurting all day, right? That's why they got these damn death towers in your community. We already did a study. We don't join them North Raleigh, Creedmoor, right? Leesville Road, right? We couldn't find them, but in the so-called black communities. These damn death towers.
Gentlemen, and this was from the former president of Microsoft, Frank Clegg. Everybody's trying to tell you how dangerous these death towers are, and we're starting to see and hear more and more reports of these death towers being taken down. Check out Elvira here, this Angelina Jolie clone, if you will, basically describe to you the mayhem that's breaking out across America. These towers are going down, ladies and gentlemen, and you know, the cabling just goes up all by itself. It just needs a little spark, and those things are just going up in flames, ladies and gentlemen. And you know, it's probably better that these death towers get taken down.
You know what he says? Probably these death towers get taken down, right? Y'all gonna wake up today, right? You can hear the sound of my voice. I want you to call Roy Cooper, you know, your governor. I want you to call Nancy Billingham, your mayor, and ask her why they got 2 death towers in the so-called black shopping centers. You go up the Pool Road, there's another one, right? All around, we don't roll around, all around Raleigh, right? And you got these damn death towers only in the so-called black communities. They're spitting out this electromagnetic poison, right?
Then to let them spring up like poison mushrooms, blasting your ass with these, you know,
you know what I'm saying? It's blasting you with this radiation, right?
photon rays that might as well be the Starship Enterprise, and you got these phaser beams just, you know, hitting you everywhere you go. And they're able to track you in ways you can't even imagine these days. You think like all of this information, all these apps, all these websites, you know, are just, you know, doing advertising. Oh, you're so wrong. They're harvesting all of that data and they're selling it to big government, all of them, every single website. I mean, they're basically, you know, looking for people that are trying to stay off the grid. That's basically how they entertain themselves these days. And you can bet that if you're classified as a conservative or a Republican or a Christian out there, you're going to get the special treatment. You're going to get these beams focused on your ass. And, you know, it's right there in the patents. You know, you check out the MIMO technology. Massive input, massive output,
massive input,
beam forming.
Massive input, massive output. It's called MIMO technology. These death towers are called MIMO technology, right? You gotta wake up and, hey, you gotta get these death towers out of your community, man. Spirit number radiation, cancer causing death towers. So this is what downloading a movie in 2 seconds, right? Subjecting yourself to all this radiation, right? Look at these damn death towers, man. Right? That's what downloading a movie in 2 seconds. Why are they in your neighborhood? Right? If they so-called great technology, why they don't have them at the at Wait Med hospitals? Why is it not at Rex hospitals? Why are they not at the mall area? But no, they got these death towers in your area because they know they're doing nothing but spewing out this electromagnetic radiation.
And I mean, they're just gonna blast you like you can't even imagine. They're putting these things up everywhere.
Everywhere.
They're gonna be like, you know, every other house. It's gonna be at every shopping center, every gas station.
Every shopping center, every gas station.
I mean, everywhere, ladies and gentlemen. And so people are taking these things down, and it's incredible to see, you know, across the nation. I mean, we're seeing these acts of heroism, you know, civil disobedience, if you will. And, you know, it turns out that a lot of these things are pretty flimsy, and the wiring, the insulation on the wiring just acts like an accelerant. You basically just got to get it going, according to experts out there that are taking these things down. Now, why are they taking these death towers down? It's because they're way above the safety limits. There's all sorts of reports, conclusive reports, one after the other, that are saying that these things cause cancer.
They do.
Suppress your...
Listen to this. Numerous reports said these things causes cancer and suppress your immune system. It's coming straight from the white man. He helped design them. He's a whistleblower now.
That's right.
Right? Listen to this.
Immune system, they affect your nervous system, and you know, your body isn't supposed to be subjected to this artificial radiation. Ladies and gentlemen. And so people are taking these things down, and it's incredible to see, you know, across the nation. I mean, we're seeing these acts of heroism, you know, civil disobedience, if you will. And, you know, it turns out that a lot of these things are pretty flimsy, and the wiring, the insulation on the wiring just acts like an accelerant. You basically just got to get it going, according to experts out there that are taking these things down. Now, why are they taking these death towers down? It's because they're way above the safety limits. There's all sorts of reports, conclusive reports, one after the other, that are saying that these things cause cancer, they suppress your immune system, they affect your nervous system, and, you know, your body isn't supposed to be subjected to this artificial.
All praises, all praises. First off, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. That's God, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ. All praises. Hallelujah. 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 Who are we? We are the Hebrew Israelites. We are God's chosen people out to wake you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans up in these last days, telling you to turn back to your stronghold, which is the Bible, right? Not the God that the white man gives you, where he took away your language, where he took away your heritage. We're talking about the God of the Bible, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, in the Hebrew tongue. Give me Acts 15:3. So you got to come out of America in these last days. America is destroyed. America will be finished when these nuclear missiles hit this place, and when the Lord cracked those skies, this place will be done. Right? So we're trying to wake you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans up back to your heritage. Let you know that you're God's chosen people, and you're the best thing walking this planet. Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Acts, chapter 15 and verse 3.
Read.
And being brought on their way by the church, they passed through.
15:3. Yeah, read that, read that.
We're coming from the book of Acts, chapter 15 and verse 4.
Read.
And when they were come to Jerusalem, they were received of the church and of the apostles and elders, and they declared all things that God had done with them.
They declared all things. So we coming out here to declare you back to the truth, back to your nationality, right? Back to your heritage. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Ready to tell you that you're God's chosen people.
That's right.
And you must come out of America in these last days. Right? Give me that Zephaniah, you know Zephaniah 2. Right? Telling you must come out of America in these last days because America about to be destroyed. I know a lot of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, you voted for Joe Biden, right? But last time I checked, you don't go to Washington to change Washington. Washington changes you.
That's right.
Right? What Joe Biden gonna do for you so-called blacks, Hispanics? That man been in Washington for 40 years, right? He is the system. He is the reason you're on the bottom. The last hired first fired, right? Why you receiving government assistance, right? Why our brothers and sisters can't get along, right? And you know Kamala Harris, she's not a so-called black lady, right? She might be a man to the news that's coming out, right? So you got to wake up in these last days. Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Read.
Gather yourselves together.
What the Lord said?
Gather yourselves together.
Read.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. Who desired the so-called black man these last days? Who desired the Hispanics? Who desired the Native Americans? Unless we're about to do a job for you. Some cheap labor, right? To keep this system going. No one desires the children of God because we don't know that we are the children of God. We are here to wake you up in these last days. Give me that 13:3. Hebrews 13:3. We are here to wake you up in these last days. You got to ask yourself why they keep changing your nationality. Why they keep changing who you are, right? When you first called a nigger, right? Then you was a colored man, right? Then you was an African American. Then you was an Afro American. Then you was an African American, right? Now you black. Now you from the crayon box, right? You happy being called a crayon color from the crayon box, right? But we're here to tell you that you're the greatest thing walking this planet. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
That's right.
Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 3.
Read.
Remember them that are in bonds, as bound with them, and them which suffer adversity, as being yourselves also in the body.
Being yourself in the body, right? You got to be yourself, right? Jump up the one.
Verse 1. Let brotherly love continue.
What the Lord say?
Let brotherly love continue.
So-called black man.
Let brotherly love continue.
So-called Native Americans.
Let brotherly love continue.
Hispanics.
Let brotherly love continue.
Read.
Be not forgetful to entertain strangers.
Read.
For thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
Hey, we got to come back and show that brotherly love in these last days, man.
That's right.
America chewed us up telling you that you nothing. Right? When you the greatest thing walking this planet. Right? We got to start killing our brothers, man. We got to start whoring our women out.
That's right.
We got to turn back to our stronghold, which is the Bible. Right? We can't be listening to all the television and the news telling us that we nothing but niggas and thugs and thoughts. Right? We're God's chosen people. Right? In these last days, and the Lord sent the prophets out to wake you up in these last days. Right? Because you don't have long. Right? No official is elected without the Most High say so, right? Joe Biden didn't get elected because the world hated Donald Trump. Joe Biden got elected because the Most High God, he got an agenda for you so-called blacks, Native American, Hispanics, right? Y'all vote for this guy, putting your trust in the so-called devil, right? But you just trade one old devil for another old devil, right? And you're really gonna see how this devil treats you. He's talking about he's gonna get 100 million vaccinations in 100 days, right? And if you don't go take that vaccination, which is nothing but poison, right? They're gonna cut your EBT card off. You know your Section 8, right? They're gonna fire you from your job, right? But we can tell the white man, the Chinese man, the Arab man, we don't give a damn about it because we serve a high power, right? We got our protection these last days, which is Yahweh Yawasap. Got a precept.
We're coming from the book of Romans, chapter 13. And chapter 12 and verse 2.
Read.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
We got to renew our mind out here, man. Right? We got to come out of America. Right? We got to turn back to our stronghold. Right? We got to get like-minded brothers together and we can build anything we want to build in these last days, man.
That's right.
Because believe it or not, they're going to come for you. Right? They initiate the National Guards. What are you going to do with a National Guard knocking on your door, rounding you up, taking you to those FEMA camps? Right? It's going to happen. We are here to give you warning, thus said the Lord. Right? All the prophets came and prophesied against the kingdom before it fell.
That's right.
Right? He had the Egyptians. What happened to the Egyptians? They fell. Right? You had the Assyrians. They fell.
That's right.
Right? You had the Babylonians. The Babylonians fell. Right? You had the Persians. The Persians fell. You had the Grecians. The Grecians fell. You had Rome. Rome fell. What do you think? The Most High God not going to destroy America?
That's right.
Right? Read that.
We're coming from the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1.
Read.
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
What the Lord say?
Let every soul be subject unto the higher power.
Read.
For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God. Verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation.
See, we out here to give you warning.
That's right.
You know, this is law. We out here giving you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are God's chosen people. You are the 12 tribes of Israel, right? In the Most High, in the Most High God, you are famous. That's right. F America.
That's right.
Give me 18:4, brother. Revelation 18:4. Because you gotta come out of America, man.
That's right.
America is finished, right? They start running out to them FEMA camps in about 2-3 weeks, right? When they cut your bank card off, when they fire you from your job for not going to take that poison in your arm, that's the end game. That damn coronavirus shot, that's the end game. They already got you wearing a mask, suppressing your immune system, breathing in your own gases. You gotta be a damn fool to be in your car with a damn mask on.
That's right.
Right in your side of your damn house with a mask on. The white man told you there's a virus out here. You can go to damn Family Dollar, get some Lysol, and kill the damn virus. But yeah, you got a damn mask on, suppressing your immune system. That's exactly what he wants, right? But we telling you to turn back to your power in these last days, right? What the hell how in the world a mask is gonna stop a virus? You gotta be out your picking mind, believe these damn devils, man. You believe the enemy.
That's right.
The white man is the enemy of you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? He tell you to put on a mask to protect you. How much sense that makes, man? Right? How much sense to put on a damn mask in your car makes? You gotta be a damn fool to believe the white man in 2021. Read that.
We're coming from the book of Revelations.
Read.
Chapter 18 and verse 4.
Read.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come over, my people.
What the Lord say?
Come over, my people.
What did he say to the black man?
Come over, my people.
Hispanics?
Come over, my people.
Native Americans?
Come over, my people.
The Lord said, come out of America. Her philosophies, her doctrine, and her ways, because it's nothing but death and destruction. Read.
My people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
Read.
And that ye receive none of her plagues.
None of her plagues. Right? Read.
For her sins,
her what?
Her sins,
her what?
Her sins,
read,
have reached unto heaven.
Have reached unto heaven, read.
And God have remembered her iniquity.
Hey, the Lord ain't forgot about how they did your great-great-grandmother, man.
That's right.
The Lord ain't forgot about how they rolled your damn great-great-grandfather up in them damn trees. The Lord ain't forgot how these damn devils, right, throw Molotov cocktails in your homes, drug you out of your homes in the 1800s and 1900s, kill your forefathers, rape your mother. The Lord ain't gotta forget about these damn devils, the so-called white man the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
His name is Esau. Why you think they got these churches shut down? If God so loved the world and the white man, they had these churches open, right? But all churches operate under a 501c3, meaning they can only teach you John 3:16 all day, out of context. They only can teach you Galatians 4:13. You can do all things through Christ who strengthens you, right? But they ain't telling you who you are. They ain't telling you this greatest thing walking this planet.
That's right.
They ain't telling you that the Lord's not coming back for everybody, man.
That's right.
What the white man needs saving from? Look around, he own everything. He own the shops you shop at, the clothes you go buy. What do the white man need saving from? Right? The Lord's coming back for his people. Give me that in Matthew. 1:21, yeah. Give me that in Matthew. The Lord coming back for his people, the so-called Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You so-called Haitians, you so-called Negroes, you so-called Puerto Ricans, you so-called Hondurans, right? You so-called Mexicans, right? You so-called Jamaicans, right? Lord is coming back for you. Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 21.
Read.
And she shall bring forth a son.
Mary's going to bring forth a son. Read.
And thou shalt call his name Jesus.
For edification purpose, we're going to say Jesus, because we know the letter J was just invented 600 years ago in the 1400s during a period called iconoclasm, right? So a man that walked the earth 2,000 years ago, how his name will be called Jesus?
That's right.
Right? You got to wake up in these last days, man. Mary's going to have a son. He should come back for his people. Read.
And thou shalt call his name Jesus.
Read.
For he shall save his people.
No, all people.
His people.
No, the white man.
His people.
The Chinese man.
His people.
So he says you save his people. Read.
From their sins.
From their sins. There's a possessive pronoun. His people. Drop down to 2 and 6. Go to 2 and 6. Matthew 2 and 6.
We're coming from the book of Matthew, chapter 2, verse 6.
Read.
And thou, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea.
Read.
Art not the less among the princes of Judea.
Read.
For out of thee shall come a governor.
Read.
That shall rule my people Israel.
My people who?
Israel.
No, the whole world. No,
Israel.
the white man.
Israel.
Israel, right? Jacob's name was changed to Israel in the 35th chapter of Genesis.
That's
You
right.
can only be an Israelite if you're from the descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Give me that Deuteronomy 76. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are God's chosen people, right? The Most High God is not coming back for the whole world, right? Why would they come back for the man that killed Jesus? They pierced his side. Why would he be coming back for these damn Romans? The Romans is nothing but the modern day white man,
That's right.
And they not white. You find me a man that color these poster boards, I give you everything in my bank account. They are red men. It's prophesied in the Bible, and it first came out all over like a hairy garment. Hey, brother over there in that red hoodie. Hey, you ever seen a man that color that car when you put your groceries in? You ain't never seen a man that color that car, right? They've been lying to you all this long because white is pure and holy. That's the beginning of white supremacy. Telling you that the Most High God is white. When you read Revelation, they give a description of him.
That's right.
Tell you that Santa Claus is so-called white man coming down your chimney on this pagan holiday, right? Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Read.
For thou art an holy people.
What's a black man?
And holy people.
Hispanics.
And holy people.
Native Americans.
And holy people.
Read.
Unto the Lord thy God.
Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee.
He did what?
Hath chosen
He
thee.
loved everybody.
Hath chosen thee.
Read.
To be a special people.
To be a what?
A special people.
No, we just ordinary.
A special people.
We like everybody else.
A special people.
Read.
Unto himself.
To himself. Read.
Above all people.
Are we the same?
Above all people.
Equal.
Above all people.
Below.
Above all people.
Read.
That are upon the face of the earth.
So the Lord said, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you are above all people that are upon the face of this earth, right? But you've been brainwashed into believing that the Most High God is coming back for everybody, right? He only coming back for the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Read that, King.
We're coming from the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14 and verse 2.
Read.
For thou art an holy people.
And holy people means separate, right? Who's like the so-called black man, right? Who is like us? We got the best swag, right? All these other nations want to dress like us.
That's
They want to
right.
be like us, right? And we at the bottom. But all these other nations want to be like the Israelites because we are the son of the earth. We are the flavor of this earth. If you take the so-called blacks, Hispanics away from this earth, right, this will be a plain Jane earth, right? Read that again, King.
Verse 2. For thou art an holy people.